Hey guys, Geigerman here. Just want to bring you guys a quick video. I happened to pull Ajax's mythic artifact, Dragon Bane. So I wanted to do a little bit of testing, let you guys know how that performed versus Tear of Twilight. So we're gonna kind of take a look at that. We'll do a brief overview of Ajax. So first off, base attack of 4,510. His attack interval is a normally a 3.5 second interval, which is really slow. He also costs 26, so he does have a high cost. When we compare that to mages like Boreas, Comet, Vierna, obviously it's not as attractive, but this video is all about looking at his artifact. Quick look at his skills. So I don't have him really skilled out too much, but I think this is going to be enough to just test out the artifact, show you how it performs. His basic attack is going to do AoE damage. He's got Thunder Strike, so his attacks are going to have a 15% chance to trigger a Lightning Strike on up to 5 targets. It's going to inflict a 5-second slow, and with max skill ups, that can do 200% AoE. You have his Dragon's Might, and enemies within 2 tiles of him, he's going to inflict the Magic Res Reduction. You can get this all the way up to 30% with max skill ups. And then his ultimate. So his ultimate deals 140% normally AoE damage per 5 seconds and inflicts burning. So with max skill ups, you can get that damage all the way up to 180%. That burning is a 5-second burn. And cost-wise, you can get that all the way down to 800. Again, I don't have max skill ups. I think the more you skill them up, the more attractive this artifact becomes, and you'll kind of see why once we go ahead and test it out. Awakening, I do have him at Awaken 1. It's really lucky to pull 2 of them. And that's just when his Destructive Breath is activated, his crit damage is going to be increased by 40%. A2, he gets an extra attack. A3, his Thunder Strike is going to get another additional 10% chance to trigger. A4, so we're going to lower that cost to 23. Again, still really expensive for being a legendary mage when you compare him to some of the other legendary mages out there. And then his A5, after his Thunder Strike procs, is going to increase his damage dealt by 25% per 7 seconds. It's actually pretty huge. I think for most of us, seeing an A5 Ajax probably is going to be pretty rare, but if you do happen to have it, you're going to get that increased damage from there. So we'll go ahead and test this out. Gear Raid 1, so we're going to test it with his artifact first. We should probably look at that real quick so you guys can actually see what that is. So we'll come in here, take a look at Ajax's artifact. So his Dragon's Bane. During the effect of Destructive Breath, it's going to increase his attack by 15% and the duration by 5 seconds. It's pretty massive, and you'll kind of see that when we test the numbers out, the difference between those. It's going to do a basic test, and in 121, we're not going to do anything fancy. It's going to be the same control test, so we're going to have Dolores, buffing Ajax, like you would normally have. We're going to use Laurel for the boost, in Rage Regen and also the ultimate damage. We use Hollow for the extra Rage Regen as well, and just so we can have kind of controlled uptime on Laurel, we'll throw in Vulcan in there as well. I'm not going to use a Lord bonus. The only legendary Lords I have are Northerner and Nightmare. So if I had Esotericist, it works out really well for Ajax. Comes in right with ultimate, just about ready to go, and then his ult builds pretty fast, but I'm just gonna test it out. So we will start off by putting Ajax in the top left. We're gonna throw down Dolores. She is in Invig, so she's gonna buff him up. We're gonna throw down Laurel, and once Ajax is ready to go, we will go ahead and pop. We won't dismiss Laurel yet because we want the bonus. We're going to do this with both tests. Let's go ahead and pop Dolores. pop Ajax. And we're gonna pop Hollow and Laurel. Start building those ults back up. Once Ajax is ready to go, we'll pop it again. And after we pop him, we're gonna go ahead and dismiss Laurel. Get some of that rage back, pop Hollow, start building the ults up again. Almost enough. So we'll go ahead, they're both up, pop them again. And we will pop with Laurel down for that damage boost. Once he's done, we'll pop Laurel. And Hollow. Start building up that rage. We already know that Ajax is not going to solo this. Our wall is just about broken. We've only killed 9 things. That healing, Ajax can't do anything. He's not Boreas, can't solo it, he's not Comet. But we're going to take a look at his damage here. So, 70 mil. That's, you know, pretty good. Not bad. For solo mage, doesn't cut it. You need a lot more damage than that, but we can see here, you know, a decent, respectable amount of damage. We will now go in and do the same exact thing. I will do the same thing with Laurel, same thing with Dolores and Hollow, but now we are going to use Tear of Twilight. And we're gonna run it. And do the exact same for Ajax and Dolores. Go with our Laurel. And our Hollow. We're gonna go ahead and pop her. Watch how quick this ult is now. It's so much faster than it was with his exclusive. When Ajax is good to go, we'll pop him again. Now we're going to dismiss Laurel. We actually might be able to trigger him. Nope. Almost while Dolores was still up. But we'll go ahead and pop. We did the same thing before. Hopefully Dolores RNG is on our side, the same as before. I think we should be good. Yep, their ults will be up just about the same time. As you can see, we've only killed 4 things. And we're about halfway right now. And we'll... Come on, Dolo. Alright, we'll go ahead and pop her. Squeeze out that F. Okay, so we had 70 mil from our first test. Let's see what he looked like with Tear of Twilight. Not even close. Not even close. So, same controlled. I think I actually got one more ult out on Ajax and in the second attempt versus the first. But as you can see, the exclusive artifact for him is going to be a huge difference. Generally, you're going to use Ajax in AoE content, so the best things to test him on is going to be this right here, with as much enemies as we can to AoE on. The extra attack from the ult, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's only going to get better too as you promote it. Obviously, it is an exclusive to Ajax. Pulling them is going to be very difficult, but you're going to get a 2% increase every time you rank it up. When you do all 5 rank ups, 30% damage increase. Oh, actually, that's tier. Let's swap that out. Now let's look. And okay, so we're gonna have 3% increase, so we're gonna get a 15% total increase. Still, it's gonna give them 30% attack. Duration does not change off of that, so we're gonna see that consistent double ultimate. So at a 30% increase, it's gonna bring in quite a bit more damage than what we did. It's gonna be buffed up even more if you rank him up. So if you get that 800 cost ultimate, you're gonna be ulting quite a bit. It's just gonna boost his damage even more, skyrocket it up. If you're lucky enough to awaken, every time you proc Thunderstrike, which does proc quite a bit, you're gonna get that 25% damage increase. I think Ajax can be very good if you invest very heavily into him. For most of us, probably not gonna happen. But I really hope you enjoyed taking a look at the 2 artifacts, seeing how they performed against each other. If you want to see any others, the only other exclusive artifact that I do have would be Arrogance. Again, very lucky to pull it. But if you'd like to see something like this for Arrogance as well, feel free to let me know. And thanks for checking out my video, guys. You guys have a great rest of your night, and good luck with your pulls.